Hey guys, we're here in beautiful New York City to demo the upcoming HTC One series. This is the flagship model, the One X. It has AT&T branding on it, but it is coming to Canada for Rogers. This is running the 1.5 gigahertz dual-core Snapdragon S4 processor. It's got 1 gig of RAM, an 8 megapixel camera with LED flash plus Image Sense, which is a dedicated image processing chip that HTC has integrated to dramatically decrease the speed at which you can start taking photos. So they claim 0.0 seconds between the time that you press the camera button and take the first photo. You can also take photos while you're recording video, which we'll go over in a second. But first, let's just take a look at the hardware. You can see this is a very, very slim device. 4.7 inch 720p screen. Definitely cannot tell the pixels apart here. Beautiful Super LCD 2 technology. It's actually a lot clearer in sunlight than most of the AMOLED devices that I've used. So HTC's done a good job here. You can see it's made from a single piece of polycarbonate, and the speaker grill and the speaker at the back is actually etched directly into the polycarbonate, giving it a very uniform feel, very different from anything HTC's done before. It's also got this beautiful white, and it'll come in silver, I believe, as well. You can see it's also a little bit curved. It's got a chin at the bottom, but not too pronounced. Micro USB slot at the left, volume rocker on the right. See on the bottom there's a microphone. And actually the SIM card slot just pokes out at the top there. It's a micro SIM, so we're done with the days of SIM cards, hopefully. And the 3.5mm headphone jack is right on top there as well. Non-removable 1800 milliamp hour battery, and this is all running Sense 4.0 with Android 4.0.3. You can see everything's a little bit cleaner, a little bit smoother. You actually have a dock that can be customized now. If we scroll up to the scroll bar, you can see that I can swipe away notifications. You have quick access to the settings. You can see I am doing this with one hand, but it's a little bit big for me to do it with one hand completely. As I scroll up, you see that nice effect there. They've skinned the settings menu just a bit, but it's mostly stock Android 4.0. You can see it has Wi-Fi Direct. You can actually optimize your Wi-Fi usage, which turns it on and off when a network's available. It has NFC built in. You don't have to worry about it being part of the battery or the back cover or anything. It's just built in right there. You can actually mess with your usage. You can see how much mobile network data you're using. You can set limits to it, just like you can an ice cream sandwich, which is very nice. You also have portable hotspot capabilities. This will be LTE compatible, but it's also pentaband 3G compatible with the new Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 chip. You can personalize it the way that you can most other HTC devices. The lock screen has maintained a lot of the aspects of the previous version. You have 4 customizable shortcuts that you can put right into this home screen right there, and it's actually a lot faster than it used to be. So I've noticed a definite increase in not only app loading speeds, but general snappiness around the UI. So you can see we have 7 home screens here. You can do your little helicopter view as per usual, and you have your widgets. So everything looks fairly similar if you're familiar with HTC Sense at all. But this is a lot cleaner. It's got a 2D look to it. The app drawer has maintained what Google wants, which is a horizontal viewpoint. You can see it's quite good, quite smooth. You have access to your favorites and your downloaded apps if you don't want to look at that. You can also get directly into the market from here. You can just see how quickly that loaded. And your HTC widgets with their beautiful weather animations. You can see we're in New York. It's a nice sunny day. So overall, the UI is extremely snappy. And you also have these other benefits like creating folders just by dropping one icon onto another. You can rename them. This is also HTC's new keyboard, and it comes with arrows at the bottom here, which can be removed if need be, but for some people they will be very welcome. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to show you was the multitasking button. So it's a little bit different to what we're used to with traditional ice cream sandwich. We have a kind of a card view here, kind of like Windows Phone, but it's a little bit more 3D. And then if you want to get rid of an app, for example, you can just swipe up and get rid of it. The camera app as well has received some serious love, and we'll just try to demo this with one hand. So if I go into the camera app, you can see how quickly that loads. And you can see the UI is a little bit different, it's a little bit changed. You can see there's a dedicated camcorder and camera button on the right hand side. And you can also see if I take a photo, you don't even notice that the shutter has gone off because it takes photos so quickly. If I turn to video, I can start recording video like I am now. So it's recording now. You can see there, and then I'm just snapping photos as I'm taking the video. It's absolutely amazing. This is an f2.0 aperture lens, so it's very, very wide. It lets in lots of light, extremely high quality photos here. You're not going to find another camera that will compete with this currently on the market. Maybe the iPhone 4S. We'll have to do some comparisons when we get a demo version. You can see how many photos I took just in that couple seconds there, so excellent shutter speeds. They're really focusing on the camera experience here with the One series, and you can see why. The UI is remarkable. It's just absolutely ridiculously snappy. The Snapdragon processor in here does wonders for overall ice cream sandwich UI. And you can see if I say load up the Twitter app, you know, scrolling speeds are not great, but they're certainly improved over previous ice cream sandwich devices such as the Galaxy the Galaxy Nexus. If I open up the marketplace, you'll see that because there's no dedicated menu button anymore, we're going to have to deal with apps that have their little 3-button UI design on the top. For apps that don't support it, we're going to have to figure out how they're going to work. This is a new Mail app. They've improved that quite a bit. You can see menu over here now on the top right. So as long as they can maintain a consistency between apps, they should be okay. So this is let's try and get into another one. There we go. So you can see the new UI, reply in line. Everything's kind of the same and yet different. A little bit improved, a little bit smoother. This is ice cream sandwich for the HTC lineup. There's a 1.3 megapixel camera at the front, the back. You can see the etched speakers. You can see it comes with Beats audio. There's also a car dock here that it supports on the right hand side. And the 8 megapixel camera juts out just a little bit, but not enough to make it cumbersome. This is definitely one of the nicest and lightest devices that I've used of this size. The polycarbonate feels really nice in the hands. It's a little bit like the Lumia 800, but it's a little bit smoother to it. It's got this kind of ceramic feel to it that actually, you know, when they describe it as ceramic, you're kind of like, oh, well, it's kind of, you know, it's plastic, but really it feels ceramic. It does not feel like plastic whatsoever. So the one things that we're going to look out for are battery life. The 1800 milliamp hour battery, a little bit underpowered for a device of this size with a 720p display, but we'll hopefully see those improvements to the Snapdragon S4 chipset based on the 28 nanometer process improve battery life for all you smartphone obsessed users out there, and everything else about it just screams high quality. So this is the new HTC One series. This is the flagship, the HTC One X. This is coming soon to Rogers in the spring, and we'll bring you more as we get it. Thanks for watching.